Hi, I'm Stephanie Wainwright. I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, and my life is chaotic all the time. So I created this podcast to help you find the funny, the good, while navigating through the chaos. This is Chaotic Compass Podcast. What is up, y'all? Chaotic Compass Podcast here. Stephanie, thanks for tuning in. I say tuning in as if it's like your antenna. You got to get that right with your aluminum foil on the top, or tuning in like you're in my dad's 1985 Ford Tempo and you got to dial in to the good station. Before I get into the topic of today, this is one of the mom PSAs, okay? Kylie, my daughter, my beautiful daughter, this one's not for you. You got to turn it off. You got to skip to the next one. Yeah, my kids listen to my podcast, so I have to keep it as clean as possible, but today's not that episode. And it's not going to be as bad as, you don't need to get all the kids out the room. There's not going to be F-bombs dropped everywhere. But Kylie, this one's not for you, okay? And if I figure out that you have listened to this, and moms always know, okay? We know, right, guys? You're dead, okay? And don't call CPS on me, because I'm not really actually going to kill her, but she was going to wish she was dead. There we go. Ye be warned. So, today's topic. Penis envy. Penis envy. I have penis envy. And not like you think. Like, I don't want to have a penis, okay? But I wish I had a penis. Right? Okay, if I had a penis, and the first thing I would do is twirl it around like it was an elephant trunk for like 5 minutes, and then I would get down to business, okay? I have penis envy. I feel like if I had a penis, I would have gotten further in life faster with less effort. Let me say that again, like that, this resonates so deep in my core, and it may not be true. It probably isn't true, but this is how I feel. If I had a penis, I would have gotten further in life faster with less effort. Just because I had a penis, just because I showed up with the penis, right? I blame my father here. In our family, it always ends up being his fault. It always ends up being his fault in some way, shape, or form. But in this instance, he gave me the X chromosome, so technically it is his fault. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm making all of this up in my head, and I'm on here recording this because I believe there is at least one person out there that agrees with what I'm saying. Okay, so this episode is for that one person that gets penis envy, okay? So I have penis envy. So many times over the course of my life, I've just sexist things. Just gross, grotesque, sexist things, right? I can name a bajillion, but we don't have all the time in the world. So I'm going to just narrow it down to a few of the most sexist moments in Stephanie's life, right? So before my husband and I were together as a couple, when we actually worked together. We work together now, but this was, before we did all of this. We worked together, and he was the operations manager and I was the office manager. And he had several employees underneath of him that he directed daily. And I was in the office by myself. Years after I'd been there, I was really advocating because I was drowning. We were growing at a rate that I knew that I needed at least a part-time person in the office to help me. And the owners, it was a husband and wife team. She would come in, the wife would come in and help me with some things, but I can't delegate to my boss. And that's where it came down to, because she didn't want to do that stuff, like calling all the insurance companies and getting updated files for all of the customers, Like, it's just that time consuming. And when you're constantly on the phone and customers are constantly coming in, your priority is getting money coming in, that's not really a task for the day. And so I just needed somebody to delegate things to. So I finally, and I promise I have a point. I'm getting there, I promise. So I finally advocate for myself to get a part-time person in there. And I went through the whole process. I interviewed and, I read through all of the resumes, and I finally found this one person. And she was the sweetest thing. And she was going to school, so she was only looking for part-time. And so we hit it off great, and she, is a great worker. And so I was training her during the week, and I had asked her to come in on Saturday. And Saturdays are only half days. And Saturdays are a whole different realm compared to the normal Monday through Friday, because it is focused on getting people their, parts in the store. They're only coming in to get the stuff out of the store, or potentially ordering parts to pick up, next week. That's it. So it's cash tendering and using QuickBooks and just writing down parts and their, the pricing, and that's it. And so I had asked her to come in on a Saturday, and I was going to train her. And the husband owner had came in, and he was livid pissed that I had asked this girl to come in when I didn't run it past him first. I didn't get that authorized. And so, and he's belittling me and berating, right in front of this new employee. And so I sent her home. I finished out the day. And on Monday, I had a conversation with this guy. It's like, you don't ask Ryan, who was my husband, who wasn't my husband at the time, you don't ask him, to run it by you of when you have whom working, and when they work on Saturdays, he doesn't run that up the flagpole. He knows that work needs to be done, and so he does it. So there's no difference here in my mind. There's no difference. I have an employee here, and I wasn't going to pay myself. I was just paying her, and it's going to be cheaper to pay her to work a few hours on a Saturday than it is to pay me. And I need to train her because I would like a frickin' Saturday off. I had been working every frickin' Saturday. I didn't even know what a 2-day weekend looked like. So, in my mind, it made sense. And it was just the most ridiculous thing in this guy's mind. Sexist thing number one, right? If you're not going to treat all of your management employees the same, then that was the start of the demise of things were going south quick. Number two is I was in construction for almost 3 years, and I had a really hard time with the sexist bullcrap that would happen there. I had a hard time with that. And I have thick skin, and I've, worked around a lot of men, but it was bad there. And it's like it had been set in stone for so long that these guys didn't know how else to act. It's like I would show up on a job site and they were like, oh my God, you have boobs. Like, what the heck? So, I mean, they wouldn't say that, but it's like, oh my God, there's a girl here. So there were so many times that I would be calling and texting and emailing and leaving voicemails for so many of our subcontractors. And then I'd be, complaining to my boss, I can't get this person on the phone, and I really need him to get this, this, and this done. And my boss would pick up his phone and they would answer. And it made me look like I was an incompetent fool. I can't do my job. And so what are you paying me for? So if I can't get these subcontractors to respect me and to turn my calls and to do what I'm asking them, I'm still paying them the same as if my boss, it's still the same money. I don't understand. Or maybe it was because my boss was in the field for so long. Whatever. I don't know. But that was sexist moment number 2. And that wasn't just like a moment. That was over several years. So this moment number 3 is a good one because it has to deal with my husband, and he knows exactly, he listened to my podcast too. He knows exactly where I'm going with this one. My neighbor my neighbor was getting trees cut down. And I had emailed him. I was trying to finalize how much we owed because we were going to split the cost on some of these trees. And he emailed me back and was like, yada, 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 I'll be in a meeting until this time. And can you ask your husband to call me? You already have me on the email, bro. Why didn't you just tell me what you needed? And I could probably answer your questions because I have more than 2 brain cells. Go figure. But whatever. And then, and they had it all wrong. Like my husband and him had it all wrong anyways, because homie wasn't even going to be taking down all of the pine trees, or he was taking down only pine trees, and my husband wanted some of these other gumball trees taken down. Whatever. The details are irrelevant here. The point is, it's like, you could just talk to me, right? But now, because my husband, he works in the field, and I try to tell him to stop answering his freaking phone, but then it's like when he doesn't answer when I pick, or when I call, it's like, it's on like Donkey Kong now, but whatever. That's another story for another time. But I try to get him to not answer his phone when he's out there, but it's like now I've got to interrupt what he's doing to ask him the stupid, petty question about what the heck. And so it's like, if I had a penis, you would have talked to me. And so that's moment number 3. This 4th one, and this is the last one. I won't go into all of them over because we don't have all the time of all the sexist moments. And you probably have some better ones. Like, I would love to hear yours. If you have some and you want to share and I'll put it on here, like, get this stupid stuff, and it's like, I would love to share the stupid sexist crap that happens in the world. Like, but this last one, we had just went to an event, and, my husband and I, and 3 of the 4 kids. And this is one of we just, like, it's the first event, and we haven't been out, in a group setting in a really long time. And we like, a lot of these are they're customers and they're really good friends. And so it was really nice to catch up. And I finally ran into this chick, and apparently she knows my husband, but I don't even remember what her name is. Everybody has to wear a name tag. And I don't remember what her name is. And she came up to me and she was like, "Oh my gosh, how are you? How's the kids?" And I was like, "Yeah, they're running around. Thanks for asking." She was like, "Oh, how's Ryan?" And I was like, "Okay, my husband's name? Why? All right, whatever." And so she goes into saying, and I have a hard time with this. She goes into saying, "How do you like working for your husband?" Look, Susan, and her name's not Susan, I know it, but look, Susan, I work with my husband. We work together. We're building this together, okay? It's not me working for. I don't work for the man. We work together, and I'm working on my husband as far as some of the stupid sexist crap because he hasn't worked with people that actually give a shit. So I'm trying to give him some lenience here, but I don't work for him, okay? I work with him. God, it pissed me off. And it's like, I don't even care if you have a boat. I hope it sinks. Like, and I'm not fixing it. I'm not salvaging it. I don't even care about your insurance claim. I'm not taking that money. Like, screw you and your boat. Like, don't talk to me like that. So, because of that, I drink. I drink because of penis envy. Give it one of these, like, right there in the... You like that? Right in the mic. So today... Oh, gosh, that smells a lot like berry. So, the local market has a ton of these now. This is a different one. It's Smirnoff's in a can ice smash. I don't know. I'm trying something different, y'all. But I think these whole margarita things in a can are probably going to get me. I mean, they have gotten me in trouble, but they're really going to get me in trouble. It's called Ice Smash Red, White, and Berry. Blueberry or blue raspberry, cherry, and citrus. I don't even know. I'm literally reading the can right now. I can't even read it right. 8% alcohol in this can. And it's a semi-taller can. There's some bigger ones there too. Like, anyways, it's a pint, 16-ounce can. So It smells like a bunch of berries just exploded out of it, but here we go. It tastes like a Jolly Rancher. It tastes like somebody put a Jolly Rancher in a Mike's Hard Lemonade. Like the blue, I don't know. It's okay. It's definitely not my fave, but I'm not going to turn down alcohol. So I bought it, and here we are. So I drink because I wish I had a penis, and I don't. So cheers to that. I'm trying to be more assertive, right? I'm trying to literally grow a pair. That's what's going on here. I'm trying to be more confident, but, why is it that it's 2021 and this stupid crap is still happening? Y'all, wake the hell up. Wake up. For real. It's 2021 and you should not be saying stupid shit like that. Oh my God. I mean, some of these things didn't happen in 2021, like working in with the husband and wife crew did not happen. But I mean, it was recent. It was in the last, 5-6 years. Oh my gosh. But whatever. So I have penis envy and I need to just be more assertive and more confident and grow a pair and say what I'm feeling. I do have to, I've learned this within the recent week, especially with my father-in-law. God bless his soul. I have to take at least 2 hours. I'd like to do 24 hours, but some of these things you can't wait that long. But I do have to take 2 hours and I pace it out and then I find the words in my head. And it's usually what I thought of second. The first inclination is bad black woman. I always get to snapping and it comes out and I have to push it back down. But what comes out second is usually and then I'll stew on it and be like, oh no, you can't say that, Stephanie. You can't say these things. And it's like, yes, the hell you can. You can say these things. It's like you should, because who else is going to? I know your husband's not going to. God bless his soul, especially when it comes to his father. He's not going to say anything. So I have to, especially when it comes to crap that pisses me off. So you guys, thank you for joining in my chaotic tribe. Appreciate it. Here's to getting rid of the sexist crap in this world one step at a time by talking about it and trying to find the good. I don't know if finding the good is there. It's me trying to rise above and be more confident and stomp it out. That's what's happening there. So cheers. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Thanks for listening to another episode of Chaotic Compass Podcast. We appreciate it. And if you would like to get notifications, please subscribe and tell all your friends. See you next time.